Coach, we all know when it comes to NBA scheduling, back-to-backs are tough, but just how tough from an energy standpoint are the first games back after a lengthy West Coast trip, and how much is energy going to be a factor tonight?
Yeah, I mean, they're not easy games to come back into. I think, to get our energy up, but also the energy that we can get from the fans, the crowd, to get ourselves going is very important, for us to get ourselves going early.
Done.
He'll be out tonight.
Is the goal for him to play before the All-Star break? There's only 2 games left, but how important is that?
I mean, it'd be very important. But I also think that, you got to understand exactly what's going on with his body and how he responds to the treatment. Again, if it fits in our, perfect world, you want him out there. But ultimately, you have to respect what he's going through and how, medical seeing fit for him to be able to play, as well as the long term. I think that's very important as well.
I know this is like only the second or third game for San Antonio since the deadline move to get Fox and Wemby, but to pair him with Wemby. But just at the first returns on film, what are you seeing from that pairing that could make them so lethal?
I mean, you saw the game last night. I mean, what Fox is able to do, give him a possible game winner. And I think just his ability to turn up and attack the basket, spacing the floor. You have a shot blocker. You have a 2-man game. I think it's a very dangerous combination. And I think as they continue to play together and find the chemistry for what each one of them likes, I think it's a tough matchup each and every single night.
How important will the on-ball pressure from your guards be on Fox?
Well, smart on-ball pressure. Because he's fast. I mean, his ability to get downhill and attack you and go at the bigs, and then you have Wemby on the back end cleaning up the glass. I think we have to be smart in how we pressure, early pressure up the floor, and then as we get into the half court, do it with appropriate amount of heat and pressure.
Kind of in that same vein, you guys don't get to see Wemby very often, knowing that you guys, live in the paint and have to attack the paint. How do you kind of go about or talk about challenging a unique player like him who's so skilled at blocking and challenging shots?
Well, being smart about when you attack, trying to move him around a little bit more, getting him on the perimeter as best as you can. And then when you attack, understanding that he's going to go after shots. So being able to have the bigs in the right position, but also makes it more important that we are in the right position, to catch and shoot. And so as he's collapsing and they're closing the paint off, we've got to make sure that we're finding the open windows to knock shots down.
We just talked about De'Aaron Fox, but one of their other guards, Stephon Castle, he's been playing exceptional as of lately. For a rookie to be playing the way that he's been playing as of late, I mean, what does that just say about just that growth, I guess, for a player like him?
I mean, career high last night, and I think his ability to do multiple things. I mean, he attacks the paint aggressively. He guards fantastically. He's not afraid, and I think those are big keys for his growth and then he's got great leadership around him. Pop there, and then Coach Mitch, who stepped in this moment. You got Chris, who's doing a great job as a leader for that group to be able to help him understand how he can grow and what he needs to be demanded to do.
Coach, this is kind of the first game prep since the deadline, so without kind of the deadline looming. Is there a renewed sense of confidence with the guys in the locker room, just kind of knowing that the front office and the coaching staff believes, like, you guys, are the ones that are going to go forward here and make things happen?
There was a discussion of that, and I think, Corey Joseph joked a little bit today and was just like, it's good to see you, because sometimes, no, it's true. It's because some guys, you don't know what's happening after the deadline, and now that you've made it through, per se, that there's a little bit of a sigh of relief, but also a renewed confidence in understanding exactly this is the group you have, and you know what you're capable of doing. On any given night, anybody can give us a spark. These guys have been together. There's continuity. There's chemistry, but also there's a ability to have the belief that you're believed in.
Without Jalen, how will you start tonight?
Same way I've been starting. So Cole Anthony, Kenny, Franz, Paulo, and Goga.
You mentioned Corey Joseph. I don't know if this is on. I wanted to ask you about him. He's not a guy at this point of his career that garners a lot of minutes. But what is it about a player like that? It's his 13th year.
Yeah.
A guy that's not a star that can stay around the league this long. What are kind of the qualities that go into that?
I mean, first of all, the human being he is. He cares about people. He cares about the game. He just does it because he loves the game of basketball. And it's great you asked that question, and it's fitting it's tonight that this is the team that he got his first championship with. And I think that says a lot about him and what he's done and who he's been throughout this league. He cares about his teammates. He cares about the game. He's always in an upbeat mood, positive mood, and encouraging guys, trying to get them to continue to work and understand what it means to be a great professional and a veteran on this team. You know, you got to pour into others. And I think he exemplifies that more than, a lot of people I've been around. He's been fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you all.